I think my first problem with this is there's no pictures of people.
Right to jail.
If you're not choosing and identifying who you're doing it for specifically, it just kind of means you're doing it for no one.
Right to jail. Right away.
You've got a thing here that says trusted by organizations and families worldwide, but you don't list any of the organizations.
Believe it or not, jail.
This is the first episode of Roast My Website. When you're building a website, it's not really about how it looks in terms of what's pretty, but it's about what works and what gets customers to understand what you're selling and make that purchase. I know right away if a website's going to convert, and I've gotten pretty good at breaking down why and helping people understand what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and start there. And let's see. Our first one that I see is Evan from Credit Academy. So let's take a look. So my first thing is I see the logo. It has a font that skews a little bit young. So if this is for kids, I think that's good. If it's not for kids, probably not good. This doesn't really keep that same energy. This is a kind of very generic. I think my first problem with this is there's no pictures of people. It says financial education for all, powered by AI. If you're not choosing and identifying who you're doing it for specifically, it just kind of means you're doing it for no one. So I don't love this in particular. Powered by AI sort of means nothing in this context because everything now is powered by AI. And then I see Amazon and Starbucks. What does reward settings and Amazon and Starbucks have to do with financial education? I don't know. I'm going to keep going, but so far I don't love this hero section. I don't think it explains anything. Furthermore, I don't know what you want me to do, right? So let's keep going. So this I think is good. It should probably be the thing up here, right? This is where I get to say who I am, and it starts to define who you are targeting, right? Because again, here it's for all. I don't really have a reason to move forward. Here I get something, right? So I would move this up, maybe replace this old laptop that doesn't really mean anything with this. Just get started right here. You've got a thing here that says trusted by organizations and families worldwide, but you don't list any of the organizations. That looks like a red flag. It looks fake. Gamification. This is cute. Is it a game? But again, if this is for kids, throw some kids in here. And if this is for older kids or teens, throw some teens in here. I need to see people. The lack of people makes me sad and confused. This is nice. The featured in, I would have that way up higher. If it's financial, you need this validation much higher. And these are good logos. I would put these much higher. Who are you looking to serve? Select your audience to see. Select my audience. Customizable dashboard experience. And here we're back with this is the same dashboard you just showed me above, so it adds no additional value. What is the dashboard? Why am I going straight to reward settings when it seems like I don't know anything about this yet? Transform. Am I ready to transform the financial wellness for my organization? So here you say organization. Here you say your audience. Here you say who you represent. There's an inconsistency in the language that adds confusion. We're not seeing who it's for. If I keep reading, which nobody does, nobody reads anything on your website. Just keep in mind, first you need to capture their attention by showing graphics, showing people that represent who they are or who they want to be. It's either aspirational or representational, right? And get me in first so that I know this is for me. I need a reason to feel good about what I'm doing here. Here, you could make this page 1,000 times better. If you take this form, you push it over a little bit on the right or on the left, either one, and then put a picture of a family. I think you can see my mouse, I hope, and a testimonial that says, we were skeptical at first, but we tried Credit Academy with our kids, and they tell us every day how excited they are. I don't know about savings. I don't know what you're trying to do, but you get the idea. And then here with organization, same thing. Move the form over about 250 pixels and just put logos. Trusted by organizations worldwide, logo, 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 logo. And then I'm going to say, oh, I want to be in the same group as that company, or I am in the group of that company. How come I'm not using this? It's again, do I see representation or do I see aspiration? If I don't see any of those, I have no reason to move forward. I would get the language right. If you're talking about who you're talking about organization, you're talking about users, you're talking about audience, you're talking about family, all these you can't use all that language at the same time. It makes the whole thing very confusing. Here's the only 2 things I would do on this page. 3 things. Fix the language. Make sure you're saying the same word in all the scenarios. Move these logos up way higher, and then make this like a part of this hero. Right? This is useless. This does nothing. Give me a couple people, put this hero up here, and then that's the main call to action. Either what do you want to do? Something for my family, personal, or something for my individual, or something for my company. And then that's going to be your call to action in all of these sections. Now, leave the rest of the page the way it is. I don't care. What I care about is getting this up into the hero, because people are going to self-select. And then this is the page that's got to give them the confidence to move on. This is all you need, because this is the lead. Once you have the lead, then it's on your sales team or your lead follow-up or email automation or whatever you have. I would get rid of anything that doesn't put them into one of those 2 buckets, either myself or my organization. This world's first means nothing. Plug and play, everything is plug and play. If you're not going to show me logos, I don't care. 15,000, this could be this 15,000, you could put a little subtitle here that says, trusted by over 15,000 families, and put little 5 stars, but a little one right up here. That would be fine. Fix the hero, send everybody into either here or here. 3rd option here, right? This is useless, I think, on this page. I think this, either show me more screens that are sexy or don't show me anything. Useless. And this is a whole separate call. Think of all the different, you've got start your journey, you've got schedule a demo, you've got who are you looking to serve with different things, you've got explore all solutions, you've got this, you've got our impact. There's so many different calls to action. What is it that you want user to do? Zero in on that. Do only that thing on this page. If you want to separate between individual and organization, which I suggest is probably the right thing to do on this page, make that the only thing they can do. And then you let it run for a couple months and benchmark the conversion rate. And I don't know if that helps, but that's the end. Good luck.